Konnichiwa minasan, watashi wa Tabito desu. Welcome to another video. Today I decided to do a top 10 video on the major differences between Europe and Japan. Anyone that visits Japan or lives in Japan and has lived in another country for sure noticed some major differences between Japan and his own country. So I decided to make a top 10 on that. This top 10 is not on a particular order because it's a little bit difficult to choose what is the biggest difference, so it's just random. Starting at number 10, it's the way they drive in Japan. Most countries in Europe will drive on the right side of the road, while in Japan they drive on the left side of the road. So this is a thing that you will instantly see after arriving in Japan, and it definitely made me some confusion in the first month that I was there, because I was just not used to driving on the left side of the road. So sometimes when I was riding with my host family, they would turn to the left or to the right, and it would feel a little bit strange to me. Number 9 is no tipping. For those of you that don't know, people don't tip in Japan at all. While in Europe, I would say it's very common for you, after eating in a restaurant, to leave, I don't know, 1.5 euros, something around that, and you just leave the tip. While in Japan, people don't tip anyone, because I think it's considered rude, because people are working and receive their salary, so they don't want to receive more money, so it feels like they are cheating, so it's kind of considered a rude thing to do. At number 8 we have vending machines. So Japan is known as the country of vending machines. They are literally everywhere. You can find any item, but when I say any, it's literally any item in a vending machine in Japan. While it is the most common for a vending machine to sell, drinks or snacks, you can also find eggs, umbrellas, soap, knives, I don't know, literally anything you can find that in a Japanese vending machine. Number 7 is bathrooms. Bathrooms is really different. The Japanese bathrooms are built in a very unique way. So they are big rooms where you have the bathtub, but you have the shower outside the bathtub. So you can basically wet everything inside that room because it's waterproof and is built for that. So people will have shower first, and only after will enter the bathtub, because in Japan people and families will use the same water in the bathtub. So you could think that it was disgusting, but the way they do it, it's actually not that disgusting, because they first have shower and only that they will enter the bathtub. So it's really different, and was something that I didn't get used to right away while I was in Japan, but still I liked it. Japanese greeting way can be somewhat awkward because sometimes when you meet someone for the first time, usually if it's someone that is like important or someone that you owe respect, usually people in Japan will bow, and you don't see that at all in Europe. There's not much, physical interaction between two people when they meet. Number 5. So number 5 is the school uniform. School uniform was something that I used for almost a year during my stay in Japan, and I really enjoyed using it. I guess I was just tired of having to choose my clothes every day. So while I was in Japan, every morning I would already know what I was going to wear. So something definitely very useful and helpful for you. I guess that's why I kinda liked using the school uniform, because you didn't have to, think a lot about what you were going to wear the day. Another big difference is that whenever you enter a Japanese house, you will have to take off your shoes. at the entrance of the house you always have a place called Genkan, and you will take your shoes, leave it there, and you will go around the house in socks or even barefoot. Taking off your shoes at the entrance of your house is a great idea, and I think that probably everyone should do that, because you don't want the things that you were stepping in the streets to come inside your house, right? Coming at top 3 are the Japanese streets. Streets in Japan are really, but really, really clean. I'm not saying that streets in my country and in Europe are, you know, dirty or something like that, but especially in Japan the streets are very clean. It's very rare for you to see a plastic bag or a bottle, empty bottle, in the floor, and that happens quite often, I guess, in Europe. And you ask yourself, how do they manage to get their streets so clean? Because they don't have a lot of people working on the streets and cleaning them constantly. But I would say that they are so clean because of the Japanese mindset. They just take the garbage home. Whenever they drink a bottle, or they put it straight to the garbage, or they take it home and put it in the garbage at home. And why would they put the garbage at home? Because Japan almost has no trash cans. It's really, but really hard and kinda irritating for me, because in Portugal you have trash cans everywhere, like in the middle of the street, and after 20 meters you have another trash can, and after 30 meters you have another trash can. But in Japan it's really, really hard for you to find a trash can, so you have to carry your trash with you, and you will only put it in the trash at home. Number 2 is Japan safety. Overall, Japan feels like a very secure and safe country to live. You can walk down the street safely. You don't feel fear of being mugged or robbed. I've never seen an assault while I was there, like almost 1 year. I've never seen something like that. I'm not saying that it doesn't happen, but it's very rare. And number 1. So, number 1 is religion. And I guess this is kind of obvious, because religion in Europe and Japan are just different. But it really felt that it was different, because whenever you are in Japan and wherever you are, you will see a lot of shrines and temples. So it is always constantly reminding you that the religion is different. So they don't have the same holidays as we have. Many families don't even celebrate Christmas, and it is normal because it's not their own religion. And I really liked being in Japan. Temples became one of the things that I like to visit the most, because they are really, really beautiful, and Japan is full of them. So you can just travel and see how beautiful they are. I guess this is it for this video. I hope you have liked this top 10. I know that probably I didn't say all the differences, but it's difficult to put all Japan and Europe differences in a top 10 and choosing which ones are more important. So if you feel like there was something missing, or you have any question, don't be afraid to write them down on the comment section, and I will see you on the next video.